Hey, Michael, you want your mask? Come and get it. Um, Wrong franchise. I'm just going to leave this right here and gonna gonna head out that way. Wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. And today I'm here to do a re-ranking of my favorite franchise of all time, a beloved franchise of mine, and that is the Halloween franchise. And yes, I am re-ranking this franchise. I've done this so many times, but my opinions have changed on one movie, and that is Halloween Kills. And so I want to, of course, talk about that when I get to where I rank that movie. But I also thought it would be fun to re-rank this franchise, talk about these films, and so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Halloween franchise, where you rank these movies. Obviously, when Halloween Ends comes out, I will be doing another re-ranking of the franchise. But right now, this is where I rank all 12 movies in the Halloween franchise. And I am including Halloween 3 because for me, that is an awesome film and I love it. And, you know, even though it doesn't have Michael Myers, it's still a part of the franchise. So I'm going to talk about that one. But coming in at number 12, and by the way, if you guys do not know, I don't hate any of these movies. Actually, the first three films are movies that I don't love, but I definitely enjoy watching them. After you get past my number 10, that is when all the other films I love for different reasons. But coming in at number 12 is Halloween Resurrection. I know this is a film that a lot of people seem to hate, but I've always enjoyed it. I enjoyed it when I first saw it back in 2003 or 2002 when it came out on VHS. I remember watching it on VHS, renting the movie, and then owning it on DVD, and of course now Blu-ray. Maybe a 4K in the future, who knows. But I've always enjoyed the movie. It is my least favorite of the franchise. It's not one I go to a lot, but every time I do watch it, I enjoy it. And yeah, it's got some flaws, but this is a fun film nonetheless. And it's one of the better films to come out from, you know, some of the, later films in a franchise. So Halloween Resurrection, I enjoy that one enough. And every time I watch it, like I said, I always have a fun time with it. Coming in at number 11 is Rob Zombie's Halloween, the first movie. This is a film that when I first saw it, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Still one of my favorite theatrical experiences because it was the first Halloween film I saw. But over the years, this is a film that's kind of ranked low on the list for me. And it's a film I still really enjoy, but it's not a film I love anymore. You know, my main problems come with the first half of the film, you know, the backstory with Michael Myers. I thought they could have trimmed it down a little bit. And it definitely doesn't age as well when you rewatch it. But the not the first half, but the second half of the movie, when you get to Laurie and all her friends, I still love a lot of that stuff. I still think that's some of the great moments in the movie. And for me, Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, I know some people hate this film, some people love it, but I really enjoy it. So for me, it still comes in at number 11, again, even though I really enjoy the film. Coming in at number 10 is Halloween 2018, another film that's grown on me, but it's not a film that I love. I still have problems with it. I think some of the comedy for me just doesn't work in the movie. It takes away from the rest of the film. I think they could have developed some characters more. You know, it could have been a better film. Is it a bad movie? No, it's a film that I really enjoy. I think you have great acting here from, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis, and I really love the stuff with the reporters. I think that is the best moment of the movie. The best kind of story right there is when the reporters are there. Making their documentary, talking to Laurie Strode in the town of Haddonfield. I really love the reporters in the movie. I'm drawing a blank on their name. I think Aaron and I'm forgetting the other name, but the reporters are great in this. Anyway, though, Halloween 2018, again, it's a film that I do really enjoy, but a film that I don't love, and it could have been better in my opinion. I still feel that way when I rewatch the movie. I definitely enjoy it more over time. The first time I saw it in theaters, it was an okay experience. But being that I'm a huge Halloween fan and I just really love this franchise, and being that this was a film that came out 40 years after the original movie, and they were erasing any of the sequels before this film, it could have been a better film because I think there are better movies above this list compared to this film. But Halloween 2018 still a solid film and one that I really enjoy watching. Coming in at number 9 is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. I really hate putting this movie this low on the list because I do love the film, but I think there are better movies. However, Halloween 5 is one of the first Halloween movies I saw growing up, and I just remember buying the VHS tape because I loved that artwork. I saw it before Halloween 4, and I was kind of lost in the beginning when I first saw it. But it's a film that I still love 20 plus years later after I've seen it for the first time. And I think it's great. I really love the characters in the movie. I think it has some great kills. I think it's got some really good suspenseful moments in it. And just overall, really love the film. This is one of the underrated Halloween movies in the franchise. I know a lot of people seem to hate this movie. They seem to hate Tina, which I'm Team Tina all the way. I love her. But Halloween 5, it does have some small flaws in my opinion, which I know a lot of people would say there's a lot of flaws with it, but for me, it's small flaws. I wish, Rachel would not have been killed off so early. I love Ellie Cornell. I love the character Rachel. Some of the comedy in the movie, while I don't think it's as bad as Halloween 2018, it's still not necessary, and I wish they would have cut out some of that comedy. But the barn scene, very suspenseful. I've always loved the barn scene. And even though the Myers house does not look like the Myers house from the original film, I think the third act inside the Myers house in this movie is great. So Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, it does rank a little low on this list. But like I said, this movie and beyond are all films that I love for different reasons. So Halloween 5, that comes in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, another film that I wish was not so low on the list, but again, I love this movie. I think it's definitely better than Rob's first film. It's actually a movie that I loved the first time, but it's gotten better and better with each viewing. And when I'm talking about the Rob Zombie films, I'm actually talking about the theatrical cuts. I'm not the hugest fan of the director's cuts. I think there's good moments in the director's cuts, but when I go to these movies, I really love watching the theatrical versions. But Halloween 2, again, another film that seems to get some hate, but also has a lot of fans out there. And I think since its release in theaters, it's getting more and more fans. I remember when this movie first came out, and I felt like this movie just got so much hate. And I was one of the rare few people that I thought loved it when it first came out. But I love the movie. Overall, I love the Rob Zombie Halloween films. Again, I really enjoyed the first movie, but I love Halloween 2. I think it does things better than his first movie did. I think the story's stronger. I think it's more suspenseful, more scary, more brutal, definitely. Tyler Mane as Michael Myers is just fantastic. He's one of my favorites. Scout Taylor Compton, I love her as Laurie Strode. Love the return of Danielle Harris in these movies. Danielle Harris, we all know her from, the previous Halloween movies playing Jamie Lloyd. She's fantastic as Annie Brackett, and she gives one of the best performances in this movie. And it's one of, if not the rare times that I cry during a Halloween movie. Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I'm glad more people are appreciating this movie now and loving it because, again, when the movie first came out, I always felt like I was one of the rare few people that loved the movie. But Halloween 2, absolutely love that film. Coming in at number 8, or is this, let's see, coming in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? No, I think we're at, coming in at number 7. There we go, guys. Sorry. Yeah, that's gonna stay in there. Coming in at number 7, and I miscounted, so don't worry. Coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 7 is Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. So, this film right here, again, a film that doesn't have a lot of love when it comes to a fan base out there, but over the years, more and more people are appreciating the film. When I'm talking about the movie, I'm going to be talking about just the theatrical cut. I do like the director's cut, but over the years, I've actually grown more to love the theatrical cut. I think there's good things about the director's cut. Some things that I really enjoy about it, but overall, I love the theatrical cut, and that's the one we're going to talk about. For me, it's one of the best. I just absolutely adore the movie. I've always loved this film, even when I felt like more people weren't talking about it when I first saw it. For me, this was one of those Halloween films that no one really talked about, either good or bad things. I felt like this movie kind of came out and disappeared for a while. Unless you were a diehard Halloween fan, of course you talked about it, but not a lot of people talked about the film. And it was a film that I loved right away. It's a film that I still love today. It is probably the scariest we've had Michael Myers, just as far as like his look and his tone in the movie. I think it has a great atmosphere. I think overall you have great characters in the film, and for me, this is definitely fantastic. I love Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. One of my favorites of the franchise. And if you haven't seen it in a while, go and watch it. If you were one that saw it when it first came out, and if you didn't like it, definitely go back and rewatch it and see if your opinion changes on it. Because for me, Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, it's a fantastic one. I absolutely love it. Coming in at number 6 is the latest Halloween film, and this is the biggest change it is the biggest change when it comes to my Halloween franchise ranking, and that is Halloween Kills, guys. So when I first saw this movie in theaters, I liked it less. I liked it less than Halloween 2018. I think I ranked this one lower than Halloween 2018. For me, this was a film that I did not love right away, but it's a movie that I didn't dislike at all. Like, I liked the film for what it was. I thought it had good moments in it. Michael, definitely one of the best Michaels we've had in the franchise. James Jude Courtney, he's done a fantastic job as Michael Myers. But it's a movie that, I went out of the theater not loving it. In fact, it was really low on the list. But I love it now. After rewatching the film, I'd say like 3 or 4 times now, maybe 4 or 5 times. Halloween Kills has definitely went up there. It's a movie that I love now. While I do think the second act of the film is probably the part where it has a lot of flaws, or has a few flaws in it. The first act and the third act I absolutely love. This is a fun Halloween movie. It's a brutal Halloween movie. It's definitely going to be one of my go-to Halloween films to watch now. I absolutely love this movie. And, Judy Greer, Karen Strode, she gives the best performance in this. She is fantastic in it, and absolutely love her. And, this is kind of a spoiler, but it's been out for a while. I wish we would have Karen come back in Halloween Ends, but I think with her passing and her demise, we're going to have a really good story with Halloween Ends. And we're going to see how, Laurie Strode and Allison have reacted to her death. But Judy Greer, Karen Strode, she is fantastic in this and definitely gives the best performance. I love the 1978 flashback stuff. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely just love what they did with that. It really felt like 1978 there. Really felt like, you were watching the first movie. At least in my opinion, that's how I felt. But the 1978 stuff was just amazing. The music's amazing. The opening credits, once again, just fantastic. And Halloween Kills, for me, guys, out of all the Halloween movies that I've talked about, or that I am going to be talking about too, this has had the biggest change for me. I just absolutely love it. I adore this movie. Halloween Kills, if you were like me when you first saw it and, kind of had mixed feelings on it, go back and watch it, guys. This movie gets better with viewings. And if you can, watch the extended cut. that is the best version of the film. It has a really good ending. It kind of expands the ending a little bit. Got some extra gore in there, some extra suspenseful moments. But Halloween Kills, guys, it definitely improves on Halloween 2018. They took out a lot of the comedy, which I was not a fan of in Halloween 2018. And it's a better movie. It's definitely more suspenseful, more brutal. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they go with Halloween Ends. Obviously, we don't know too much about it, but I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with Halloween Ends and how they wrap up this Laurie Strode story. But Halloween Kills, guys, it ranks in at number 6 for me. Coming in at number 5 is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It's amazing that we have a 4K release of this film because, again, like some of the movies I've mentioned before, when I first saw this film, I felt like I was the only one that loved it. And I saw this movie in 03 or 04 on TV. Loved it right away. I had to record this movie on a VHS tape, blank VHS tape, because I didn't have a VHS copy of it. I didn't have the DVD copy at the time. And, when I was going to stores, I was not seeing Halloween 3 on the shelf. This was a film that a lot of people seemed to really hate back then. And more people are appreciating and loving the movie now. This is not only one of the best Halloween films in the franchise. I know Michael's not in it, but it is one of the best, in my opinion. But it's one of the best Halloween-themed films out there and one of the best horror movies. I really love the film. I've always loved it. 20-plus years later, this is fantastic, in my opinion. And Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. You got fantastic music, great acting all around, amazing atmosphere in this movie. And for me, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, just fantastic. So if you haven't seen it in a while, definitely go back and rewatch that. Coming in at number 4 is Halloween H2o. I know some people love this, some people don't love it, but I've always loved this film. I think my only flaws with the movie have to be that, it could have, been 95 minutes long. This movie I think is like 85 minutes, and I wish you had a little extra 10 minutes on there. And of course, you have all those variety Michael Myers masks throughout the movie, which over the years, you could definitely tell that they had a lot of different Myers masks in this film, including a CGI one. But this movie has a lot more pros than cons. I just absolutely loved it. I loved it when it first came out. I love it now. Again, one of my go-to Halloween films. And just absolutely love this. So Halloween H2o. Jamie Lee Curtis, she gives her best performance in this. I really enjoy her performance in the new movies, but I felt like, it was just missing something a little bit. And I love the way she was written in this movie. Again, for me, this is her best performance. That third act is just amazing when she finally confronts Michael Myers, her brother, in this timeline. Just fantastic. Overall, amazing cast. Great kills, great story here. I've always loved the opening. I think the opening is just awesome, and I love the music in the opening credits. But for me, Halloween H2o was a return of the franchise. Even though I loved the previous ones before this, this was an awesome return to the franchise, and I still love this movie today. So Halloween H2o comes in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. This is actually a film that I saw later on in my life when it came to just watching these movies. That sounds kind of weird. I think I was like 13 maybe when I saw this movie, so it wasn't later on in my life, but this is one of the later Halloween movies I saw. And I saw Halloween 5 before this. I told you that I bought the Halloween 5 VHS tape because I loved the artwork, and I was totally lost the first time I saw that movie because of the opening. But Halloween 4, this is amazing. In fact, it's fantastic. I love this movie. I know some people don't love it, but I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best films that has just amazing atmosphere in the franchise. It has one of the best atmospheres as far as, just that Halloween feel goes. You get the amazing Halloween 4 opening credits. It was something different for the time when it came to the Michael Myers Halloween movies. And so I really love that fall atmospheric opening. Love the score in this. Some of the best characters in the movie or in the franchise. You have Jamie Lloyd, Danielle Harris. She's fantastic in this. We have Ellie Cornell, Rachel, just amazing. Some awesome new characters throughout the film. I think they're fantastic, and I think everybody pretty much does a fantastic job. And Donald Pleasance, he's definitely his stronger performances are in Halloween 1 and 2, but he is still awesome in this movie. And even though I love the later movies, after Donald Pleasance passed away, after part 6, the franchise wasn't the same. I really feel like he was definitely is one of the strong points in the Halloween franchise, and he's still missed today. So, but Halloween 4, guys, this is an awesome film in my opinion, or a fantastic film in my opinion, and it's one that I love watching still today. It never gets old for me. But coming in at number 2 is Halloween 2 from 1981. My favorite sequel, my favorite horror movie sequel of all time, one of my favorite sequels of all time, and my favorite sequel definitely in the franchise. Halloween 2, I love the fact that this movie opens right after the first movie. It's one big story and it's fantastic. Again, when it comes to characters, these are some of the best characters we have in the franchise. This is one of the best stories. I'm one that loves the brother-sister storyline. I thought it was such a great twist, in the movie when it's revealed. And for me, Halloween 2 is the scariest of the movies. Now, the first movie I'm going to talk about in a second, that is the best movie in the franchise. But Halloween 2, for me, is the scariest movie in the franchise. One, you have that amazing hospital atmosphere that's just really creepy and eerie, the way it's lit and looks. Again, great characters throughout the whole film. Some of the best lines in the movie come from this. Some of the best kills in the film. Definitely they up their kills compared to the first one. This definitely went more the slasher route that the early 80s slasher movies had and was starting. But yeah, Halloween 2, guys, just absolutely love it. I've always loved this. I will always love this movie, and for me, I don't think this will ever change as far as my second favorite film in the franchise. Halloween 2 is fantastic, and I absolutely love that one. And coming in at number 1 is John Carpenter's Halloween. I really don't need to talk about this movie too much because everybody knows, if you guys have been watching me for a long time, you know that this is my favorite movie of all time. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. It's just a fantastic movie in my opinion. I know some people like to find flaws in the movie, and yes, there are tiny flaws, the smoke coming across the screen or the person in the background. But I love John Carpenter's Halloween. I've always loved this movie. I saw this movie on TV for the first time in 97 on USA Up All Night, and then Halloween 2 came on after that. And this movie has had an impact on me since then. It's the reason why I love movies in general. John Carpenter is my favorite director of all time. I love the writing between John Carpenter and Deborah Hill. May she rest in peace. The cast is amazing in this. You got Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode. She's just awesome. You have PJ Soles, Nancy Kai's in this movie, her friends in the film. They have such great chemistry, and that really has to come with the way Deborah Hill wrote those characters. And just in general, the cast is amazing. Donald Pleasance, again, he gives his best performance in this film, in the franchise altogether. And without him, it's hard. It's not hard to watch the other movies, but Donald Pleasance was definitely a big presence in the franchise, and especially the first movie. He's amazing. Charles Cypher's fantastic in it. But anyway, guys, I love this film. I love the atmosphere. I love the scares. I love the music, iconic John Carpenter music in the film. For me, this is still the best movie of all time. It's the best horror movie of all time. Absolutely love John Carpenter's Halloween. And if you guys haven't seen it, you need to watch it, but I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my ranking or re-ranking of the Halloween franchise. I do apologize if I was messing up a little bit, tongue-tied, all that stuff. But I wanted to make this video. I haven't made a video in a week, and so I wanted to post this video, and then on Sunday, I'm returning to my Rhine 1988's Top 10 Horror list, where I will be talking about my top 10 ladies of horror movies. That is going to be fantastic. I cannot wait. I want to honor some fantastic women who rock in horror movies and give amazing performances. So stay tuned for that, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you guys think of the Halloween franchise. What are your favorite ones? What are your least favorite ones? Rank all the movies, guys. Let me know what you guys think of my opinions. And let me know what you guys think of the way I talk about Halloween Kills now, because I know I've talked to people, some friends of mine, and, they're definitely surprised that I love the movie more now than I did the first time I saw it. So Halloween Kills, again, really has the biggest change when it comes to where I rank the movie and what I think about the movie now. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you guys are awesome. You guys rock. And with the positive out the negative, go eat some Skittles. And remember to always be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. And I'll definitely talk to you guys soon. Always be yourself, guys. All right. Love you guys.